What's going on, Royal fam? This is James from J-ROYL, and today I want to talk about the gray market. What's going on, Royal fam? This is James from J-ROYL, and today I'm going to tell you how to save some money. Today on Royal Rules, I want to give you a very important money-saving tip when it comes to buying fragrances. Although a lot of us will buy perfume and cologne at big department stores, paying retail price for fragrances is not the best decision when it comes to saving some money. Nowadays, there's just way too many options out there when it comes to buying fragrances at discount prices. But today's video is strictly about the gray market. What is the gray market? Well, it's a mixture of the black market and the white market. You put them together, that's gray. It's a somewhat weird middle ground in the fragrance industry. As far as I know, the big box stores have all this stock of fragrances that they can only have for so long, and then eventually they need to clear that stock, and then they just bulk sell their fragrances to these gray market websites. And what you end up having is perfectly good fragrances, brand new in the box, at a very, very discounted price. So a couple questions that people ask me about the gray market is, one, are these fragrances legitimate or are they counterfeit? There are tons of websites out there that sell fragrances at discount prices, so it's really hard to verify all of them. But in my experience, the large major players are legitimate. I haven't had any negative experiences when it comes to fake fragrances. The next question is, if these guys are legitimate, how do they get fragrances so cheap? Now, I haven't really done a lot of research on this, but I can only assume that when big box stores need to clear their stock, they sell all of their leftover fragrances to these gray market websites, and then they just sort of liquidate at a very low cost. Now, this is not to say that these fragrances are stale or old. A bottle of cologne or perfume sealed in its box, stored in relatively normal conditions, will last indefinitely. A fragrance only really deteriorates if it's exposed to constant bright light, huge fluctuations in moisture levels and temperatures, and exposure to the open air. And when it's sealed, you really don't have to worry about any of that. The third gray market question I get a lot is, what are your favorite sites? Now keep in mind, I have not been sponsored by anyone in this video. There was one gray market website that reached out to me, and I ended up not working with them. What I ended up doing was a bit sneaky. I placed an order anonymously with this website that wanted to work with me so I can get a feel with what the actual experience would be for a real customer. And it did not end well. I didn't receive the product that I ordered. Although I did get refunded, I didn't get notified about anything. They just canceled it and didn't say anything. So after that, there was no way I could work with them. And funny enough, a few months later, their website's down. The company's gone. Just a reminder to be very careful with who you do business with. That being said, I've had great experiences with Fragrance Buy, which is a Canadian-based site, but they do serve North America, so you can get fragrances from them in the States. Fragrance X is also a great company too. Great service, great shipping time. The third one that I used was Fragrance Net, and they were actually the first gray market website that I used. I have little to complain about except for the fact that shipping took quite a while, and I may have heard some horror stories in regards to counterfeit Sauvage bottles, but that's anecdotal as far as I'm concerned. It may or may not be true, but the shipping speed alone is enough for me not really to want to use them. The last two gray market websites that I've used is, believe it or not, Amazon and eBay. Amazon is great as long as you're using sellers that are verified by Amazon. It gives you that protection in case something goes wrong in the shipping process, or you receive a product that isn't genuine or is different than what was advertised. Amazon takes very good care of you. eBay, on the other hand, is all about individual sellers, so you have to make sure that you verify your seller. Really check to see their reviews, their positive feedback. If it's overwhelmingly positive, then you're okay. But if the seller only has a few transactions, you run that risk of maybe getting something that's too good to be true. As a little bonus add-on, another place that I love getting fragrances isn't part of the gray market. It's a legitimate store called Beverly Perfumery. Alan runs that store, and I have done a lot of transactions with him in the past. I've talked about him before, and his store is one of the best sources of high-end perfumery. Niche fragrances, he has the best selection of niche fragrances that I've come across, and his customer service is through the roof. It's amazing. All in all, when it comes to the gray market of fragrances, or just purchasing fragrances in general, it's a very good idea to shop around and compare prices. Even though I've used Fragrance Buy the most, before I make a purchase on that website, I check the other websites too, Fragrance X, even Fragrance Net, and I find what's the best price for me, because they often do fluctuate. For my Canadian viewers out there, if you are shopping on Fragrance X or Fragrance Net, just keep in mind there will be duty charges that are added on at the end. So even though your subtotal may seem lower than other sites, it may get higher when those duty charges are added on. Now, Royal fam, if you have your favorite gray market websites that you like to shop on, let us know in the comment section below, because let's share the wealth of knowledge that we all seem to have. And if you're not a Royal family member yet, consider subscribing. I do new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And when it comes to this family, the more the merrier. Thank you for those thumbs, those sweet subs, and those cute comments. This video hasn't really been my opinion. These are just the rules. And these rules are royal, y'all. If you want to see more content from me, I have some videos here and a subscribe button down there. Enjoy. It's all for you guys. It's all for you.